cool. It is cool. Give it a couple minutes. Sort of do some other stuff real quick. Yeah. Hi everybody, welcome back to the Collective. I am Del Salvador, and this is, Robustom, I think. Robustom? It's something. Public broadcasting service. Now, before we get into this, I want to say two things. A couple things. One, this is live again. I'm not sure if this one will survive. I know the King Gizzard, reaction did not survive. Maybe this will. Who knows? We'll see. The main reason I started the channel, right, is because not only do I listen to a huge, wide variety of music, I'm lucky to have such a tolerance and appreciation for most stuff, but also, I felt like I had I felt like I had a lot to say about a lot of different music, and also I felt there's also a lot of music that doesn't get the credit it deserves, and a lot of music that is just really what's the word, buried, I guess, within all, like the top 10 lists and all that kind of stuff, because there's so much music out there now. The stuff at the bottom is really at the bottom, like before the internet, right? Obscure was not really that obscure, and now today obscure means less than 100 views or something, like music that is unknown and not mainstream is a lot more of a gap than it used to be, because there's a lot more being produced, a lot more that is just being sent out there, being made, etc. There's a lot of different reasons for it. So I wanted to make sure that not only that certain artists that maybe didn't get the credit deserved at the time get their credit and get their flowers, and push some names out there. And also, there's some artists I feel like just over time just get forgotten. And I want to make sure artists that are maybe forgotten are not exactly forgotten. That brings us to here, right? I like I said, like a lot of music. And I also I've listened to a lot of everything in terms of what's considered normal, right? I've listened to lots of Metallica, Elton John, Eminem, Katy Perry, Billy Joel. I've listened to everything. I've listened to a lot of everything that's considered normal, right? Linkin Park, Tupac. I can go on for a long time. And so nowadays I like things that are a bit more experimental. And even then, right? After all the normal stuff, I went on to the normal experimental stuff, like Dream Theater, Frank Zappa, other things that, aren't as they're the mainstream experimental stuff, like Swans, well, Mr. Bungle, I think I heard he said. If not, there you go. And then now, I really need something to be experimental and really out there to catch me off guard. Something like Nurse with Wound or Merzbow or Bow, one of them. Something. I need something that's a bit more unfiltered, in your face. And this is one of those things, right? I'm recording. I usually want to record at night, but I'm recording tonight. Because this album is supposed to be very spooky, very not exactly fun. I have snacks here as well. just to get into the horror movie vibe, I guess. Um, so I'm not sure how it's gonna go. I'm really not sure. I've been trying to listen to this album actually for like 3 years now, like a long time. Maybe four, no, about three. And I kept putting it off, putting it off. This album is supposed to, from what I hear, it's not exactly supposed to be creepy and scary. More so, just slightly unnerving and dark, somewhat nostalgic, but not necessarily like scary. More so, but we'll see what happens. Music's interpretation, all that kind of stuff. But when it comes to experimental music like this, I find that is usually that's usually the main point. It is some kind of concept or thought or emotion in its purest form, and it's not concerned with things like chord progressions or sounding nice. It's just trying to get across an idea in some sort, and just the idea itself in its purest form, undistilled. And with that kind of music, this stuff is really entertaining, especially when you get some really interesting concepts. This one, some people call it's more so. I've heard one person say. I read the comments on this video for a little bit, and I think the very first guy, this guy was saying, I feel like this album reflects the feeling of being a screwed-up teenager or adult reminiscent about the only part of your life where you're innocent and happy. The distortion comes across how dark and twisted you are in present day. But ultimately, I think the main theme about it is death and accepting mortality, while reminiscing about a hopeful time when we were at our youngest, and dying was really far away. And he basically, basically, long story short, it's not exactly supposed to be dark. It's supposed to be just, a commentary on mortality and stuff. And in fact, there's a lot of songs and music that does that. But if again, it's, there's a lot of songs in the mainstream about that, sure, about accepting that we're all gonna die someday. But when you come to experimental music like this, it usually the execution is very, very different in terms of how it's tackling this topic. And I can't say I'm exactly excited to get into this, but I somewhat am. Let's get rid of this for a second. Alright, cool. Alright, so the first track is called Funded in Part by. It's a nice opener so far. Setting the tone rather nice, I guess. Let's turn this up a little bit. I see. Alright. That's a bit too loud.
Time for Teletubbies. Time for Teletubbies.
I see.
Time for Teletubbies. Time for Teletubbies.
Interesting, okay. Kind of unironically goes a little hard. Ironically. Interesting. Interesting. Nice, nice, nice. So one of the other things someone in the comments mentioned, might have been the same guy, is all the tracks don't really end normally. Like they kind of, they fade out, they get distorted, they get kind of choppy, that kind of thing, and that's what I was so focused on. That's why I was like kept watching when it was gonna end. I wanted to see what they were talking about, and yeah, that makes a lot of sense. The track's pretty good. I like that track a lot, actually. Yeah. Unironically, kind of goes a little hard. The beat, it's fucking dumb. I mean, the beat do go hard, I guess. Next we got Black Void Pit. Interesting. What is that? Here, hold on. I want to turn my air conditioner off so I can hear this more clearly. That's what I want to do. I'm just going to move the mic closer to my face. Whoops. Oh, 1 second. Never mind, I want it on. I am already somewhat unsettled. got my TV back there. Kept really, not really want to go past it, like a mirror. All right, let's restart this one a little bit. Let's see how this goes. Play. Cool. All right. I don't know. That Where the Teletubbies Gone, so for some reason hits a little hard. A bit more spooky. I don't know what this is. I didn't have PBS when I was growing up. This album probably would hit a lot harder if I did, because the nostalgia factor would be there. But none of this is. I'm not gonna know what most of this is. Probably any. Kind of has a vaporwavy feel to it. I guess he can go anywhere. I guess it can also be anything. What I tend to like a lot about Vaporwave when I listen to it is that not what I like about it, but more so fundamentally, if it's the sample based kind, because there's kinds where it's all original, or kinds where it's like kind of melded together. They kind of put some original stuff on top of the samples, but when it's only sample stuff, even signal wave too to an extent, which is probably qualifies as signal wave. It really depends on the bass samples and how they're looped and the rhythm of the words or whatever it may be. And some people might be angry when people don't recontextualize it enough, and it's just a really simple loop. I personally don't care. That's not because again, like with other albums, right? The concept itself doesn't necessarily matter. It's more so how does it sound after that? Can it sound good without shoving the concept down your throat? And I feel like this track, it's all right. I do like it. I just feel like it's not as interesting as the first one. It's all. I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's all right. I don't want this video to go on too long, and me just fumbling with my words for like 20 minutes. So I'll move on from that. But it's good. Not as good as the last one, but still good. And it's also right after the opener, so I can see it. Because there are certain types of album flows, right? There's certain types of because there's not like when it comes to music, right? You can there is certain album flows, just like there are certain flows in literature where there's like rising, where there's intro and rise in action, all that kind of stuff. There's different types of those. There's not just that one. There's some where you have like 3 spikes, and some where you only have like one big one. That's like the main one everyone uses, etc., etc. And there is a type of album flow where you have your opener and then you have the next track be just a little more subdued, and it fits that. I'm not sure if this is gonna have a traditional album flow, but at least so far, they've set the tone. It's a nice tone, and I'm looking forward to the next song, which is called Sunday Morning Railroad. What did he say? Well, I can't understand what it sounds like. He's saying this is piss. How unfortunate. Look at the Thomas Tank Engine sample. Get a bit more aware of my surroundings now. Is it the main theme? Is it like the theme everyone knows, or is this like a different song? I don't think it's reversed per se. Like obviously it's reverse effect, but I don't think it's like just the main theme simply reversed. Oh, there's the main theme. You don't have to tell me it's the main theme. It doesn't have to be the notes or anything like that. Everyone, like, that piano tone is just infamous. Not infamous, but the theme just by the piano, the sound of it. That weird honky-tonk-ish kind of piano. Almost sounds like it has a delay on it too, the original. feel like he's meshing that song and another one. Just don't know what the other one is. Oh. Alright, things are starting to get a bit off the rails now. Ha 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 ha. Ugh. Edit that out of my life, please. Next track, Sesame Blues.
Well, I can't wait till he sees it.
Oh, Sesame Street, obviously.
Where is he? I want to give it to him.
Where is he?
I know. He's in the store.
A big bird? He's not in there.
Where is he?
He's
Big bird.
for some reason his voice actor all of a sudden sounds really familiar. Sorry, excuse me. Just want to hear that part again.
Well, I can't wait till he sees it. Say, where is he? I want to give it to him.
Just that
I
line.
know. He's in the store.
No, that
Big
one.
bird.
Sorry. He's in the store.
He's not in there.
Where is he?
Big Bird, don't you remember we told you Mr. Hooper died?
Oh,
Yeah. I remember.
it's did Sesame Street have an episode about death or something? Like, because I haven't really watched it. I don't think I ever watched it as a kid, but like from clips I've seen in memes and stuff, that sounds like Big Bird. That doesn't sound like a. I don't know. I mean, I know there's a couple episodes that talked about some oddly in-depth shit at the time, or just things that were not extra, but like they were in a good way. But like from what I remember, there's time to tackle things that were a bit beyond a kids show. Did they have an episode about death? That is really interesting.
He's dead.
That is really something.
Hooper died.
Huh.
He's dead.
Yeah. I remember. Well, I'll give it to him when he comes back.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Big Bird, Mr. Hooper's not coming back.
Why not?
I'll shut up for a bit.
Big Bird, when people die, they don't come back.
Never?
No, never. Why not?
Well, Big Bird, if they're dead, they can't come back.
This atmosphere is man.
He's gonna come back. Who's gonna take care of the store? And who's gonna make my birds eat milkshakes and tell me stories?
That leads right into the next song. Wow, that was a good song. That was really good. I remember when I first heard this album, I skipped some in the middle just to see what it sounded like, and it was somewhere in the middle of that song. I remember it really unnerved me. It really did. And then I said, "Oh, listen to this later," and I never did. And this is now 3 years later, and now it's not unnerving, which is probably my fault to an extent. My fault. I've been through a lot of garbage, so it's probably just desensitization thing. But despite that, that was very good. That was a very powerful track. I do like that one. That was good. That leads right into tall concrete corridors. So let's run that a bit. Let that transition more smoothly. Interesting. So there is a narrative. There is a narrative. Somewhat. A loose narrative throughout the whole thing. What is this? No. This isn't Jungle Book, is it? No. What is this? Maybe. I don't know the term concrete jungle is a thing. So maybe. Everything is wondrous and glorious, I guess. Alright. I need to stop talking right when these songs take a turn. Hmm. Hmm. All right, so that was again like the second song, which was, what was that again? Yeah, Black Void Pit, where I feel like it's not as profound or as grand, but it is giving, it's giving what is it called? Still giving a certain flavor to track list, I guess. One night sticks out. Again, it's just not as impressive or so. I mean, if I like, if I knew the entire message more clearly, maybe at the end of this, maybe at the end of this stream or so, maybe that specific phrase, everything is so glorious and wondrous, will make more sense. Well, no, okay. If it's referring to, again, when things were good back then yeah, sure. All right, never mind. This track serves a purpose. Just giving more context and fleshing out some, not lore, but it's fleshing out the idea of the album. I probably shouldn't have read that comment, to be honest. That might have spoiled it. But also, I might not have picked up on that myself either. So, next track is A plus 96. Is that how I would say that? 96 inches. What is that? There's words there. I just can't. I was gonna say I can't make out what they're saying. It's too distorted. That part was very clear. Arthur theme slowed down, I think. Speed up. Speed up more. Yep. I do walk every day. Somewhat. What if I'm like Phil Collins and I can't walk? And by that same token, what if I can't dance either? What are they saying? Can't make it out. If I knew the main theme more off by heart, I could probably decipher what they're saying by what words they're chopping up, but I can't make it out. It's meant to be compressed and distorted, but I actually like how, like, beyond fuzzy the bass feels. It feels it's very nice. I like it a lot, actually. It might be a cool thing to do, actually, and rather than have your bass have fuzz, if you want it to be really extra punchy, maybe add some crunch to it. Maybe that'd be a cool idea. The track was alright, to be honest. There's nothing really much to say about that one. I don't think it fleshed out anything that much. Excuse me. But again, I couldn't understand what they were saying sometimes, so maybe they did. But that just kind of seemed to be there. That didn't really seem like it needed to be. Next track is a greener grass. All right, greener grass. Are we on the other side now? Grass is greener on the other side of the Twilight Zone. So I hear. I never watched this one either, but I know of it from other people talking about it. Also, just how the lyrics are, I probably will to extrapolate that it was called Dragon Tales, even if I didn't. It's very interesting to see how they take a lot of these lyrics and concepts. A bit shorter. Gonna drop. Hey. Ah, it's jokes aside, I do really think it's really neat how they're able to take certain concepts and lyrics. You know, like take my hand, and um, everything's wondrous, and all that kind of stuff, and really flip it. And I can definitely see what the guy in the comments was saying, where if I was a bitter, depressed person, which I am, camera's there, which I am, um, then yeah, I can definitely see like if you're if you're looking back on like past times that were good or at least simpler, you know, I can see yourself just kind of being bitter about it, and especially when you're in those kind of moments where you're kind of lathering yourself up in terms of like you're just kind of thinking about it more and more makes you more bitter about it. I can definitely see that being musically. I can see how these tracks getting distorted or fading out being the equivalent of that, which I think is really cool. The next, I just, call me whatever you want. I wish this was more disturbing. And I say that as in, there's a lot of times where I listen to music that I'm told is disturbing, and it isn't every time. Usually, I find when they do things like standard progressions, or they have things, anything kind of standard thing, they have like a 1-2 beat or something, anything that makes it, anything that is considered normal, I feel that immediately takes out the entire concept of something being like not lost media, but like, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I think it's part of the psychology thing. Something's trying to be not normal, but it's using things that are normalized to do it, so then it doesn't seem as not normal. It seems normal. And this one, I appreciate how this one is a bit more experimental, and it's not using any standard things as much. It's also like vaporwave and signal wave and stuff, so that's pretty standard, especially signal wave to use things like distortion and like cuts and chops that aren't on beat and stuff. But anyways, yeah, let's go to the next one, which is the report of now. This sounds like the Summon Salt intro. I think that's the channel. I don't watch them, but
This is NPR's Morning Edition.
Okay, sorry, what did he say about something in the White House? What? What is this? Is there captions by any chance? There is captions. What are they saying? I could have used this before. I didn't think there'd be captions for this. No, it's our Jerry. It's too quiet.
This is NPR's Morning Edition.
It's interesting to have a news report about a peace agreement in here. It's definitely interesting, and it looks like Anthony Fantano just uploaded his review of the new King Lizard album. Now I can know if my review and opinion on it is right or not. Congratulations, me.
And this is NPR's Morning Edition.
I mean, he is the end-all and be-all of opinions at the end of the day. And to get a new mug. This is like News at 11. Another vaporwave, signal wave kind of album. Reminds me of that a bit. I think it's called that. The one by Cat System Corp that has the American flag for the album cover. It's all distorted and stuff. Reminds me of that. This one's nice. This is nice. I like it. Because even, like I said earlier, it depends on the bass samples, right? And this sample is, it's good. Good sample. Nice and jazzy and stuff, you know. You don't have to do anything just for it to be good. No. Just throwing it down, you know, that's all you need to do.
Lebanon has dispatched army units to Palestinian refugees and
What?
Palestinian hardliners called
So this is when you're an adult now and shit's all fucked up and not as nice. Next track is Wealthy Man Ted. This is PBS.
Do you have a sense at all of what we're looking at here in terms of I haven't a clue. Are you a wealthy man, Ted? No.
Interesting.
I'm still a little nervous here, I have to tell you. On a really bad day, this textile would be worth $350,000. On a good day, it's about $500,000. You had no idea. No idea. Laying on the back of a chair. Well, sir, you have a national treasure. Wow. A national treasure. Gee. When you walked in with this, I just about died. Congratulations. Congratulations. I can't believe this.
I thought it would have been like destroyed or something, but it seems like he got a good bonus, I guess. I would have thought it'd been destroyed. The Conics, the album. Next track, Hallow Us, Hallow Earth. It's unfortunate my chips munching is louder in my ears than the distortion, but here we are, I guess. What is that? I keep thinking someone's gonna appear in my webcam or something. What is this? I don't know what it's sampling, but it seems to be very overly distorted anyways. Like, you're not supposed to recognize it. You know, it's in the distant past. It's too far gone now. I like this atmosphere a lot. This is nice. That was really nice. Nice atmosphere. Oh. I feel like, again, with this, with the last track, right? A Wealthy Man Ted. I felt kind of out of place. I don't know. I'm sure it's, you know, purely intentional, but I feel like I feel like I missed the meaning on that one. Because this whole thing is about how, you know, that you were depressed about how, you know, the good times are so far gone and such and all that kind of stuff, you know. And how, you know, childhood and how good it was so far away. Mine was not, point being. Just coast past that. And then you have the other track, I forget what it was called, the one right before it. Yeah, the report of now. And, yeah, it's, you know, it seems like, you know, it seems like it's establishing that, you know, the now that you're in is you know, fucked up and it's not that great, which, you know, follows everything else. And then Wealthy Man Ted seemed like a good thing. You know, the guy found out he had, like, you know, something worth a lot of money. I assume on some kind of, like, you know, just some kind of pawn shop-esque show, I assume. I thought at some point they were going to reveal that, like, it was, like, worth nothing because it was destroyed or something, because he didn't know and he knew too late. Like, oh, this was in better condition, it would be worth this, but, like, it actually seemed like a good thing. So I'm a bit lost on this. Maybe, I don't know, I'll let this play out and I'll see. Either way, that last track was great, very nice atmosphere. I always like those, I don't know if they're drums or chimes, but here in Japanese music, here and there, the more atmospheric ones, where it kind of sounds like if you had, like, cymbals as wind chimes, where it seems, I don't know how to describe it, I always like those weird, crashy, wind chime-esque things, whatever those are. Next track is, the penultimate track is, The Way I Like You, Just How You Are. Let's see.
So proud of all of I'm just so proud of all of you who have grown up with us. And I know how tough it is some days to look with hope and confidence on the months and years ahead. But I would like to tell you what I often told you when you were much younger. I like you just the way you are.
Cheers to that. Oh, Mr. Rogers. I also didn't watch this. I grew up with Treehouse, not with PBS, so. Now we're in Future Nostalgia, the last track. That was a very short track, wasn't it? What was it you miss? I want to know what he says, or she, or loneliness? I don't know. Apparently there is a sequel. Robustom PBS. Oh, it's this one. Okay, so this is like the same album, just like same. Well, I guess what the guy said. It is the same idea, just different album. Like it's a sister album, I guess. Same idea, different. Whatever. I'll do this one in a separate video. I don't know if I want to record it now or not, but I do want. I didn't realize this was like part of the other one. It goes like like they were together. It's one concept. I don't think it's like a double album kind of thing, where it's literally one thing, but like I'd be interested. Fan keeps making noise and spooking me. I'd be interested into listening to this one too at some point. It seems to have more tracks. It looks like. That's it. That was the album. Put this back here. That was the album. Yeah. I feel like. Whoops. Yeah. This. I feel like this was a good album. I really do. I feel like this was. I feel like for what it was trying to go for, it captured really nicely too. I feel like every track had a purpose and was I want to say every track except like one or two, maybe one, if I remember correctly. So I think even one of the past point is I think all the tracks were able to give an appropriate amount of context and flesh out the idea and the concept more. And nice and sweet. What is this, like 20 minutes or something? Yeah, 26 minutes. That's pretty. Nice condensed. I don't feel like this went on for. You can maybe get away with like taking off one track, maybe. The one like I think like, Wealthy Man Ted could maybe be removed because I don't think that really did anything for the album. Kind of contradicted it. Not exactly in a good way. Just didn't really make sense for it to be there. But other than that, yeah, this didn't drag on too long. It flew by pretty fast, actually. Didn't feel too short either. It was pretty good, nice. I feel like that's the only thing. I feel like this is like a 9 or 8 out of 10 to be probably a 9. I'd say for what it's going for, yes, I would say probably an 8. I feel like that one track, the Wealthy Man Ted, is the only reason why it's not getting bumped up more. And even with that, let's say taken out, I'd still probably give it a 9, to be honest. I feel like there's times where the samples aren't really being one of the songs near the start. It was the sample is not as edited, but didn't really deliver much context either. I feel like, and maybe the other album, did this better. And it was also brighter colors, so maybe it's more nostalgic in a good way and less dark. But I feel like this, if they would have taken, if they would have pushed certain tracks like a Sesamo Blues, if they would have taken a track like that Like, well, let's say in place of Wolfie Man Ted, right? Let's say in place of that, you had a track that was like Sesame Blues, but was a lot more distorted and like Merzbow esque near the end, kind of like it felt more in your face and chaotic or so. It's hard to explain, but like I feel like this album at times it could have like just really burst with noise and it would not have felt out of place. It would have been a really cool moment and didn't really do that. But I will say that like for what it did, it was really good. I actually really enjoyed this a lot. Really enjoyed my time, and that is gonna be it, I guess. So I don't have much else to say. Give it 8 out of 10. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm gonna make sure my apartment door, my front door is locked, and I'm gonna go to bed. Probably not till 7 a.m. when there's more light, but we'll see. And have a good one.